Good morning, guys. We're going to go on to a new lesson. Looks like this, decimals and fraction. And there are some things that I want to go over on some pages that I have corrected of yours. And so I might be giving you a call to go over some of those with you as we move on. But let's look today at this page here. So here this person is weighing the peaches, 2 peaches, and the scale says, can't I see it? 0.75 of a pound, or 75 hundredths. And so they show what that looks like here. So 0.75, we want to think of as 75 hundredths. If this is divided into 100 little pieces, and I'm going to count 75 of them. So that's 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 5. So 75 out of 100. So I would write it like this. 75 over 100, 0.75. So let me just grab, pretty soon I'm going to get my whiteboard up for it. My large whiteboard up. The video will be a little bit easier. So I just want to show you what that looks like. 0.75 equals 75 parts out of 100. And one easy way to remember what this number is going to be out of whatever is going to be, if there's 2 places after the decimal, there's going to be 2 zeros. So that's 75 out of 100. Now, we actually do know now that you can simplify that or reduce. So those words, simplify, sometimes we call it reducing, and that means to bring it down to the lowest number. And we just learned that in a lesson not too long ago. So with this number, when you see things like 75 and 100, I want you to think of when you have money. So if you have 4 quarters, it's 100. If you have 3 quarters, it's 75 cents. And if you think of it as quarters, 25, 50, 75, 100, then you'll realize that when you see numbers that look like that, you can always reduce them by 25. So I'm going to say, divide that by 25, divide that by 25. And you can do this part in your head if you want to, if you don't want to show that out. But if it helps you to write that out, you can write it. So 75 divided by 25, if I think of that as a quarter, 25 is a quarter, I know 25, 50, 75, it must be 3. And then if I take the 25 again, 100 divided by 25, I think quarters again, 25, 50, 75, 100, and that's 4 quarters, or 4. So 75 hundredths can be reduced all the way down to 3/4. So that's the first problem that's on here. The next problem is 0.8. So let me just get this off my thing here and show you what that looks like. So here it's the same idea. It's 0.8, or we call that 8/10. So we're going to make a model of 8/10. This is a square that's divided into 8, or 10 parts, sorry. And we've shaded in 8 of them. So that's 8 out of 10. Or we learned way back in September, 0.8 is 8/10. And then we're going to simplify it. So I'm going to show you that over here. So let me get rid of that. We just said that shape was 8 out of 10, or 8/10, okay? And that's equal to 0.8. Remember, 1 place after the decimal, 1 0. That's what helps you. And now I'm going to take this and reduce that, or simplify, okay? And I think what can go into 8, what's the highest number that can go into 8? That can also go into 2. So I think, well, 2 can, but 4 can also go into 8, but it can't go into 10. So it looks like it's going to be 2 is the largest number. So I'm going to divide by 2 and divide by 2. Remember, it's always whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom, because we're going to simplify. Okay? 8 divided by 2 is 4. 10 divided by 2 is 5. This is your simplified answer. These actually are all equal. 8/10 is the same thing as 4/5, and 0.8. They're all equal. Okay? And let's look at the last example here, which is 0.009. So this is actually thousands. So just like this was 100, the front, whoops, I'm writing on my book. This whole cube is going to be 1,000. So think that's 100 10 times. So this whole thing is 1,000, and I've only shaded in 9 of those. So it looks like this, 9 out of 1,000, or 0.009. So let's look at how that looks. Let's erase this one. And that looks like 9 out of 1,000 was shaded in, or we call that 0.009. Sorry. Yeah, 0.009. Okay, so we know when we go this way, this is tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So this is 9 thousandths. Okay, 3 zeros, 3 places after the decimal. Okay, now I want to reduce this, so I think, okay, so 9, the factors of 9 can only be divided by 1, 3, and 9. And 3 and 9 do not go into this number evenly. And so that's actually the simplest form. So I would just write simplified for that one. That one is already, let's bring it over here. It says 9 1,000ths is in its simplest form. We can't divide that at all. So that answer would be 9,000th, and it's simplified. Okay, it's kind of a long video, but you have the book to look at, and we'll be doing a few problems on here. We won't do too many. These might be hard. You can always call me. We can work on this FaceTime. I can help you with it. My number is 207-632-1160, and give me a call if you need some help with some of these problems. See you soon. Bye.